Greetings, everyone. This has been Charles Cole and Isaac Moskowitz. We're here again, a nice Saturday, with a big lacrosse matchup between the Dragons and the Dragons? Wait, no, that's not a dragon. That's a wyvern. We were looking at that pregame. It looks just like a dragon, but hey, you gotta be different somehow.
Exactly. This is first game you and I have called, I think, where it's been two mascots, Dragons versus Dragons, and so I don't think we've called a Kingswood-Oxford game before, but it's going to be an exciting one. I've heard from the team that that Kingswood-Oxford is a very good team and a good matchup for GFA, and GFA has been hot so far, so they're looking for someone to kind of match that step for step. We'll see what we get in this game. A reminder to you viewers that last game GFA had the upper hand throughout the game, and they came out on top 17-5 against St. Luke's with Grace Almeida and Livia Orenstein combining for a total of 7 goals. 11 goals rather. Of GFA. Jeez. 17 goals. Wow. Emma Orenstein added 4 goals to that total, including 3 goals in a row, a hat trick in a row for GFA. That was really something to see.
It was a big offensive boost towards the middle of the second half for Greens Farms, but they came out right out of the gate, firing all cylinders. I mean, they scored 5 goals within the first 5 minutes of the game, 2 goals within the first 2 minutes of the game. It was big-time stuff for the GFA offense. They were really stout on defense, and Molly Duffy made a lot of fantastic saves in net, so they look to pick up right where they left off as we await for the face-off to start this one. 25 minutes on the clock here. Here we go. Should be really entertaining. I can't wait.
Absolutely. Kingswood-Oxford is a tough opponent for GFA, where they're going to look to pick up where they left off, but Kingswood-Oxford is hoping to make their mark on their premier GSPN debut.
Face-off's won, and it is going to be scooped up here by Kingswood-Oxford. Have a top chance, and that one's right off the side of the net. There's a real early chance. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a much better chance than St. Luke's had all day already within the first few seconds of the game. So you see the difference in skill here, I guess, right out of the gate. Yeah, tougher opponent for sure as they take this run now behind the goal, looking for a hole. GFA's defense was fantastic last game, in large part to their great shape and great communication off the ball movement. That's what gets the job done. Is there's a turnover, scooped up. This one's going to go to the Dragons.
Absolutely. GFA had great defense because they were communicating very effectively. They knew exactly where they needed to be at any given point, and they knew exactly how to get there. They had good movement off the ball. They knew what plays they were going to run, and they were able to execute them effectively on both defense and offense, and that won them the game. And that's what they're going to try to continue in this game. Good communication, good movement off the ball. Those are the keys to success for GFA.
There's a shot and a goal. So the first goal of the game is going to go to Greens Farms. With a nice look, a great individual effort to get in the middle of the slot, put that one home. And that's 1-0 in the first 2 minutes.
Wow. GFA's really picking up right where they left off. Very fast-paced offense, and very good communication too. They're making a tough opponent for Kingswood-Oxford, but on the flip side, Kingswood-Oxford looks like a very fast opponent too. And so they're going to try to match GFA step for step. This could be a really high-flying game.
That was GFA's first premier offensive chance. Again, we talked about last game, you got to make the most of your opportunities, especially in this game where the score can get so high, so quick, as there's a great win there by Delasanti as she takes this one up, finds a teammate, and hustles back to defense. Now behind the net. Also, the thing to mention is most of Greens Farm's goals were just passes to a wide open player right in the middle. That's another way you can really get that score up when you move off the ball so well.
Absolutely, yeah. That's really kind of a key to success, obviously, is finding the open lane and finding the open person, passing to them, and then getting a goal is exactly what you see there. That was a long shot. That was almost like in hockey, a defensive shot right from the face-off center.
Went in after the penalty play, make that 2-0 for the Dragons, and again, that's 2 goals within the first 2 minutes of the game.
Absolutely. As you said, they're picking up right where they left off, and Kingswood-Oxford's got to make sure they find some way to settle themselves and just tamp down on GFA's offense, because they're coming hot right out of the gate. They have their foot down on the pedal, and they're not letting go. So you got to pump the brakes there for GFA if you're Kingswood-Oxford, and make sure that you're able to settle down the game and then reset yourself offensively.
So the Wyverns have a nice chance here. Knocked away. What a great job. And this one's going to go to Greens Farms. Fantastic defensive play in the backfield. And now the Dragons have a chance to strike again as they're in the offensive zone. Fires this one into the middle. As a player to beat. Finds a teammate behind the goal now. Now slowing it down, working the perimeter, trying to find a hole. Slowing it down, maybe looking for a pass in the middle. Finds a teammate, takes that shot. What a goal! Went the top left corner. There we go. Whoa, fantastic off the ball movement. Like I said, leads to a really pretty goal. Couldn't have placed that any better. That was a long shot too. Make it 3-0 Greens Farms. And the Dragons come out to a really big early lead.
Absolutely, and they're doing it in the similar way that they did with the St. Luke's game. They were able to beat St. Luke's in different ways. Didn't matter what kind of shot they took. They had a good shot and they took it and they made it. And that's exactly what's happening here. Long shots, short shots, open shots, contested shots. That hasn't mattered. They've been able to get it done, and their offense is firing on all cylinders.
And there's a great face-off win there by the Dragons again as they're in the offensive zone. This is how they commanded the game last game against St. Luke's. Using the same tactic, and they've done really well so far. The game's still young. We're still only 3 minutes into the first half. But they're looking really sharp right now as there's a nice run. Takes that shot. What a nice save. And she'll look to get it out of her own defensive zone now. And there is a turnover picked up by the Dragons. Little situation of being at the right place at the right time, able to scoop that one up. Gives their team a chance. There's a shot and another goal for the Dragons. You can see just how quick they're able to work. And again, this is 4 goals within the first 4 minutes of the game, just like last half.
Exactly like last
half. Or last game, rather.
Yeah, exactly. Just like last game. Coming out hot right out of the gate. Playing well offensively, playing fast offensively, and fantastic communication. Good movement off the ball. Those are the keys to success for GFA, and they've been picking up right at the page they left off in their last game, 4-0, with just over 20 minutes left in the game. It's really something to see. It really, their offense is something to behold.
Face off, still trying to scoop it up. Now the Dragons able to pick it up. There's a trip. So Greens Farms will have this one back. Brings this one now. And she's able to scoop it up. Finds another teammate. And they're back to work offensively here. Now working the perimeter again. Finds a teammate. There's a nice run. That shot just a bit high. And the Dragons will get it back though. Here's a chance and gonna call a penalty. So the Dragons will take this penalty now. There's another good opportunity to put another one by. And the shot, no shot.
Looks like some sort of push in the crease. And GFA's going to have another opportunity.
So take 2 on the penalty shot here.
And this is Orenstein on the shot. She had some of those 11 goals, and there's added
There's
another
another
one to
one.
their total. Wow.
No, I think they're calling it off. They did. They called off the goal. So the Wyverns get out of their own end. Juggles the ball a bit, but they're able to get it back. Takes some contact, surrounded by two, and could not find the teammate. Pass a little bit too high, but come contact down. And this one's going to go back to the Dragons. Again, looks like the Dragons have been able to command this game by winning the faceoffs and just going to work right out of the gate.
Absolutely, yeah. If you have great time of possession, if you have more time on the ball than the other opponent, it's very hard for them to score, and that's what GFA's been able to do. They've been able to have very high numbers of offensive possession, and that's how they've been able to beat their opponents so far, and that's exactly how they were able to beat St. Luke's, and it's how they're beating Kingswood-Oxford so far. So if you're Kingswood-Oxford, you're KO, you might want to be able to find a way to just slow down their offense, maybe like some confusion on defense. Don't be static on defense. Let them just pass around is what they're doing right now. Find a way to jostle the ball loose, get a turnover, and then you can get yourself to work on offense.
And there's another goal. To make that 5 for the Dragons now. Because again, they continue to make the most of their opportunities.
Absolutely. I mean,
It's like they've scored on almost every drive for
yeah.
the most part. There's been a few misses and a few good saves, but again, they're really efficient.
Absolutely. That's what you saw last game, and that's what they're doing really well this game as well. They're incredibly efficient on offense. I haven't really seen anything like it. You don't see this even in basketball. In basketball, you can consistently get to 50-point. In high school, 50-point, 60-point games are pretty common. And so if you have an offense this efficient in a game that's that you score less often, you're in business, and that's exactly what GFA. That's exactly how they're winning. They just are incredibly efficient on offense and
nice play defensively,
and very good on defense.
And here's a big chance and a great defensive play to stop that one. The Wyvern's still able to get it, retain possession. Here's a nice move, tries to get by two and able to get the ball back. That shot just a little wide. So they'll take it back to continue their offensive chance, but stout defense by Greens Farms, eliminating what could have been a point-blank shot right in the middle of the field.
Absolutely, and they're just showing they're a great all-around team. They can get it done offensively, they can get it done defensively, and that's the hallmark of just a fantastic team, and that's why they've been able to lead so far in this game and in last game. They have not spent any minutes so far this season in a deficit. And I know the season's barely started, but that is something to say. They've played 2 games.
There's a goal. So the Wyverns finally break the ice sooner than St. Luke's did in the last game. So we'll see if they can turn on the Jets here down 4. But look, that's a nice look. That's their best opportunity all day. They put one home.
Exactly, yeah. They had a great look. They had great passing. And then once they had the open shot, she took it, and she made it. And so that is the winning strategy for both GFA and KO. And if KO can continue to do that, if they can continue to have success in that way, and they can command offensive possession at least somewhat and get some turnovers from GFA, then they can start chipping away at this lead. And it's down to 4 goals. GFA is a high-flying offense, so you don't want to let them get too far ahead. But slowly but surely, you can chip away at that lead, and then you put yourself in striking distance to take the lead.
Well, you see, momentum matters in this game a lot, and it takes just a few opportunities offensively. They can make this a much closer game really fast. But none of the Dragons have anything to say about it, and they're in the offensive zone. They look for some revenge here to try to respond. Now behind the goal, looking for a teammate. To see some shifting. Nice pass inside, and there's a goal, a pretty goal. Again, you can see the movement off the ball, creating some confusion for the defense. Able to put that one in. They respond quick in the next possession.
Wow, that was a quick shot and a quick goal. And like you said, direct response to Kingswood-Oxford's goal. GFA's like, all right, I'll let you have that, but I'm going to score on my end too. And smart timeout called, and both teams, KO really needs to regroup and figure out what they're doing well offensively. They had a good fast-paced offense. They had good movement off of the ball, but their defense has not been able to have any answer to what GFA's been able to do. And on the GFA side, they really can't be playing any better, but they want to be able to focus on what they need to focus on, get the plays they want to play called, and then go down and execute it on the field.
The Wyverns just trying to find their footing on defense. When they've had the ball offensively, they've looked pretty good, but they just haven't had the ball all that often. When you don't have the ball on offense, you can't put it in the back of the net.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if time of possession, it's really simple. If you don't have much time of possession, you don't have many opportunities to score, and thus, in many circumstances, you're not able to win or not able to lead.
So we'll see what changes the Wyverns make. As for the Dragons, they just need to stick with what's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep, exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's the mentality GFA is going to have. They're really working well. What they have working is what they're doing on offense is definitely working. What they're doing on defense is working. Goaltending absolutely working, and so they're just going to try to do more of that. Shore up. They don't even need to shore up. They just need to maintain, and they need to maintain what they've been doing well and execute it well on the field, and they're in good shape.
So 16 minutes and 28 seconds left on the clock here for your first half. So still a lot of time for the Wyverns to come back.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not even halfway through the first period, the first half, and they're down by 5. Not terrible, not great, but it's comebackable, as we like to say. It's definitely within their ability to come back, chip away at that lead, but it all starts with good communication, good movement off of the ball, and I think the defense is what they need to focus on, which is both good and bad. It means that you only have to focus on kind of one area of the game, which simplifies things, but also they do have to work on that defense. They don't really have an answer for GFA so far, and they got to find one quick before they get into too big of a deficit.
So face-off coming here to resume play. Like I said, a lot of their offensive opportunities have come from face-off wins and just straight into the offensive zone. That's how you score quick. So this face-off big here for the Wyverns. They look to try to claw back and get one quick. This one is won by the Dragons. Now up in the air, and they're able to scoop it up. The Dragons win that face-off. We'll see if they can get into the offensive zone. It looks like they will. So they work around the edges. Now they run in. Nice shot. Oh, what a great save in net. Oh, it was a really good look for the Dragons and an even better save.
Absolutely. We saw her in warm-ups, and she looked pretty good as the netminder, and she showed her...
Another save there. Ring more bells on that one.
She's absolutely showing that when she's in position, she can definitely make those saves, and she can make them well. And the score really isn't an indication on how good of a goaltender she is, as you can see with those two shots there.
The GFA goes back to work on offense. Now behind the goal. Looking for a teammate. No one was home. Now finds a teammate. There's a nice run. Has a good shot. That one is right in the back of the net again. Make it 7 for the Dragons now. Not much goalie can do there when you're point blank.
There's really not much you can do. She's just right in front of the goal, had perfect positioning, offensively. And really, if you're a goalie, there's not much you can do there. You can try to get a stick save, try to block it with your body, but that's really a lost cause at that point. You just kind of regroup and make sure you're ready for the next shot.
Another face-off here. And another win for the Dragons. Trying to corral this one, and it's taken away. A nice turnover there, and the Wyverns have an offensive opportunity now. This is what they've been looking for a while. Haven't been in this zone in a little bit. Now looking for a teammate. Has that one scooped up and taken away by the Dragons as they pass this one outside of the defensive zone. And they look to go on offense again. A quick counterattack. GFA has numbers up here. Finds a teammate, has that one. That one's in. So a quick counterattack by Greens Farms after the big defensive turnover. Boom. That was fast.
That was, wow. They had the turnover on the opposite side of the field, able to scoop it up, then rockets down the field and able to score. That's exactly what GFA's been really good at this season. That fast break, those fast break points, the really high-powered, fast-paced offense. They've been fantastic at, and they just show it there. They're able to get it done in multiple ways. They can be patient on offense and pass it around, or they can strike quick like that and get a goal very quickly. Now they're up by 7, and KO is now in a bit of a hole.
It's a bit of a hole because they just haven't had the ball in the offensive zone. It's tough to do anything on the scoreboard when you don't have it. Again, it's another case of GFA dominating the time of possession.
Yep. And
dominating in their offensive zone. I mean, most of the time is spent in their offensive zone. It's the same story as it was last game. So they're going back to work. And they're going back to work real nicely as the Dragons will take this one, have another opportunity on offense. Wow, hit her right in the mask. That's one way to stop a ball for sure. That's probably not your favorite one if you're a goalie.
Probably a lot less painful ways to stop the ball, but I
mean, that's what it's there for. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's what it's there for. It looks like a penalty is called, so the Wyverns will get this one.
It's a good opportunity for KO to get. They need a goal here, if nothing but to just a confidence booster. They've let in, I think, a 4-0 run by GFA, possibly 5-0 run, and so they need to be able to break that ice and break that slump that they're having, and to show that, hey, we can definitely score in this game, and we can score multiple times.
That one is going back to the Dragons. And they'll try to get out of their defensive end. Got 12 minutes and 45 seconds in your first half. As there's a nice pass, finds an open teammate. Cross-field pass, finds a teammate again. Nice accurate throw. And they're back to work on offense. There's the dart, the shot, and another goal. That's 9 for the Dragons now. They're just piling it on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the goalie, not much you can do there. Just a fantastic play by the elder Orenstein, Emma Orenstein there, making the tough play there, weaving through 2 defenders and then able to make the shot. And that's just emblematic of GFA's offensive success. They've just really, there's not much stopping them. You can play it. Even if you play well on defense, you just have the ability to weave through defenders like that and cradle the ball and maintain possession. It's really game over at that point. I mean, or like you have a good opportunity to score there, and so if you're a KO, you want to be able to limit those possessions. You want to have greater time of possession because GFA is just a powerhouse on offense so far, and you want to make sure that they have the least amount of time to score the goals that they can score.
Well, the Wyverns have an offensive chance. We'll see if they can make the most of it. GFA's defense just really tight and keeping their shape very well. It's been difficult to find anything against them, and looks like there's another turnover and a chance for a counterattack. As she takes it around midfield, finds a teammate in the offensive zone. They go back to work, finds another, oh man, a pass just off the stick. That would have been another great opportunity, but now the Wyverns try to get out of their own zone, and they're able to get it to midfield. Trying to find a teammate, almost intercepted, and this one is picked up. Is it picked up by the Dragons? It is, so a turnover there, a nice play. Finds a teammate, and now in the center. Able to get that pass back after just missing it in the beginning. Now slowing it down a bit, looking for some off-the-ball movement. Now behind the goal, taking their time a bit. Just looking for the perfect play, as that pass is not going anywhere, but they're able to scoop it back up. Or are they? Still trying to fight for it. The Dragons will get this one back, so crisis averted for the meantime. Passing it now on the side of the net. Thought about taking it in, but didn't have a great angle. They're still looking for a teammate. That pass just a little bit too far, but no one's around. So they'll take this one back.
They're taking their time on offense, and this is the patient style offense that I talked about. Good passing, good communication, good movement off of the ball. And this is how they were able to set up a nice scoring drive. We'll see what happens here.
And there's a nice drive and a stick save by a defender. That looks like a slash. So the Wyverns will get this one back. Yes, very patient. And there's a turnover in the offensive zone. Can they capitalize on it? And this one is now taken by the Wyverns. Try to whack it out. They cannot, and the Wyverns able to escape that one. That was scary. Not a great place to turn the ball over.
Absolutely not. You do not want to turn it over in that part of the field. And lucky break for the Wyverns. They were able to avert crisis there and get the ball back and set up an offensive drive here. But on the last few drives, it looks like, or at least on the last drive, looked like KO's defense started to find a rhythm a little bit. They started to counter GFA's attack. It wasn't so fast-paced. It wasn't so just dominated by GFA's offense. And we'll see if that's a sign of things to come, but they got to make sure they maintain that if they're going to chip away at this lead.
Now in the offensive zone again. Here's a nice chance for the Dragons. Dipsy doodles through two defenders, now runs around the side of the goal, tries to find a teammate, and this one will stay with the Dragons. Eight minutes now. Dragons up by 8. Now they drive. Finds a teammate inside. There's almost had a nice opportunity to shoot that one, but they're able to slap that one away before she got the chance. Long pass, finds a teammate in midfield. Now a nice pass to the wing, and a good catch there. The Wyverns, presses the B button on the spin. Flips it to a teammate behind now. Again, they haven't been able to solve this defense yet. They got one goal, but that was on a grade A chance, as there's another turnover there for the Dragons. Fires this one to midfield, and a quick counterattack now. Finds a teammate. Has that one slapped away. It's up and taken now by the Dragons.
Now I'm going to start passing on the perimeter, trying to slow things down, find the open lane, and see what they can do.
Here's a stoppage in play. Dragons will have it. Finds a teammate. Wow, what a pretty goal. A nice pass across. Didn't see that one coming. And the Dragons now up 10-1.
Wow.
A really heads-up play there.
Great heads-up play by Grace Almeida. She, as we said in the last game, was one of the great players on the field. Part of that 11-goal duo in the 17 win that they had, and 17-goal win that they had last game. And she's making her mark on this one. And I wish I had a point total right now, but I don't want to have one off the top of my head. But she's definitely been a force on the field, and you can see with her speed and her size, she's able to weave through the defense and get really nice angles and shoot the ball in open space, and then get goals that way.
So face-off coming here. This one's up, and it is scooped up. Going to be taken now after they say there's a penalty, so the Waverns will get this one. And nice interception. A huge play in the defensive zone. That's what they've been doing all game so far, as that's a nice pass just over the stick of a defender. A nice drive, finds a teammate. Oh, that shot just a little bit wide. And Kingswood will get it back.
GFA is playing full field press. She's not finding anyone to be able to pass to.
Still trying to find one, and almost had that one slapped away from behind, but Waverns take this one up. Has two defenders to beat, though, and he's gaining ground and fast. A nice opportunity. That one just a little bit wide. Had a shot right in the slot and just missed it to the left of the goal.
Still at possession, so they might want to regroup and figure out what they can do here on this drive.
There's a shot and a save with a stick, shaft of the stick. That goal, there we go. That shot went in. They score finally after, what, 5 unanswered goals from the Dragons?
Yeah, I mean, I think it must have been more, like maybe 6 or 7.
I think it was 5-1 at one point. So
yeah, it's 5-1, so it must have been 5 unanswered goals for GFA.
5 unanswered goals 2 times in a row. But they're finally able to respond here. 5 minutes to go. We'll see if they can continue to chip away at this deficit. But it looks like the offensive opportunities and the way you get back into a game is just starts with the face-off. Making sure you win that and just be efficient with your shots. Try to be fast and speedy and getting into the slot and trying to create some good opportunities for your teammates off the ball too. So we'll see if that's a strategy they go for, if they're going to have those opportunities, as there's a penalty on the face-off. The Dragons will pick this one up, fires it to a teammate. Remember last time they got scored on, they responded, and they responded on the next possession. We'll see if they do the same thing here.
Good movement off the ball, too, which is another recipe for success for GFA.
So now they work around the perimeter. As that's a good pass. They look to drive, takes that shot, and are they calling a penalty? Looks like they're taking out a card. The first time referees carded someone on a GSBN broadcast.
I don't remember. Were there any cards in? I don't think so.
Don't think so.
In
Not
the
last
soccer
game
games,
or
yeah.
the boys game.
I'm also saying, were there any cards in the soccer games in the fall? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I know, I tried to avoid them. So.
Yeah, I know you do.
So the Waverns will get that one back. It's the break for their defense there. Long pass, and that one's just off a stick, but Dragons unable to capitalize on that one. They get back a player down now because of the card and the penalty. Screaming for the ball, and they call it cross check. And that one is almost taken away. And it's on the ground, picked up by the Dragons, so they are able to get it. They fire to a player. Found a teammate, has 4 defenders to beat, and wisely goes to the corner for her team to reset. Still working around. Lots of noise coming from Queens Farm's bench as that shot is going to be called back. So they will have a penalty shot again. That's Ornstein, so this could be a goal.
Absolutely, yeah. She's been a force on the field and really fast player. We'll see what happens.
That one just high. I think they're going to do it again.
Huh.
I think she was fouled on the penalty. So
lucky break for GFA.
Yeah, that shot was high. It was high rather. As that is was that put in? It was. Almost a great save. It knocked off the goalie's stick and went in. We said it could be a goal. That's a goal. I guess they all count.
Yeah, I mean, if it kind of dribbles in, or if it's a top shelf shot, they all go in, and so they all count as a goal. And goalie was right there. She was in position, had her stick right there.
That's got to be so frustrating,
yeah,
too.
I
imagine.
It's
like when you guess right on a penalty shot in soccer and you still can't get it. It's like, I did the hard part. I guessed right. I just didn't get my timing up.
Exactly.
So 11 goals in the first half for the Dragons. And we talked about it last game. Despite any lead that they have, they don't take the foot off the gas pedal.
So I think in terms of the team, it's a good strategy because you don't want to become complacent with your score, because we've seen too many stories in almost every sport where that becomes an issue towards the end of the game. So it's a good strategy. It's a sound strategy. It's sound competition. For the other team, it may be a bit frustrating because you're like, I mean, we're losing already. I mean, I don't know, but definitely
there's another goal
good insurance. Definitely good insurance policy, as we see there.
And they add to that insurance policy with goal number 12. So up 10.
I think this totals more than what we saw in the St.
first
Luke's
half,
game.
yes.
Yeah, at this time. So GFA's offense is improved, I think, and if it's even possible. I mean, they've just played it phenomenally.
If anything, they've just become a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, and that's really been the story. That's exactly what they didn't need, but that's really the improvements that they could make, and they've made them admirably.
The Waverns able to take this one up now. The clock not stopping. Referee letting that run out. As there is a close to being a chance for the Waverns, but couldn't get it. Now the final minute of this one. The Dragons now able to take this one up. Finds a teammate. Able to corral that one. The final 40 seconds. We'll see what kind of a push they make to try to maybe get a goal before the end of the first half.
Obviously don't need to, but it's...
Of course not.
Nice, I don't even know. Nice way to execute a drive and maybe try something different, try a new play.
And there is a goal. So they do score. 15 seconds and counting. It's probably not enough time for anyone to do anything other than probably not even a face-off.
No, I think they're just letting the clock
half
run
is
out.
going to go in about 4 seconds. I believe they're calling it. They will. And that's the first half. The Dragons up 13-2. It's 5 more goals than last game's first half ending. And they just didn't stop. Especially, I talked about, I predicted it, the goal right before the end of the half.
Absolutely.
That's just what they've been doing. They've been getting to work. They've been really efficient, and they've just been sharks out there for sure.
Absolutely. And who better to score that last goal than Almeida? She has made such an impact in this game, in the last game too. And she's an 8th grader. We've seen 8th grade talent in both basketball and here, and we see what impact the younger players can make on a game. And she's definitely making a case for one of the most valuable players on the team offensively. And she's making a stand, and GFA it's really with her help, and it's a team effort, definitely, but definitely working with the team, and that's how they're able to get 13 goals so far.
So the offense really been a tale of winning the faceoff and then scoring, and then doing that about 13 times. And as for KO, it's just been tough for them to have anything in the offensive zone. Lots of turnovers when they've had it. I mean, they've been lucky to score 2 goals with the quality of looks that Greenstorm's defense have given them all game. Hasn't been a lot. They haven't been really quality looks either. Plus the scoreline, as far as the Weyburn defense is going, they just haven't been able to solve this movement off the ball. Greenstorms have done this now 2 games in a row. They've effectively been able to shift their players outside, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. They find a teammate right in the slot. They're able to put that one back. Not much the goalie can do other than just sort of hope the defense does a little bit better of a job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're a goalie in that instance, there's not much you can do. You can hope your defense does a better job. You can try to communicate with them to say, hey, watch that player there. Watch Almeida. She's coming down this route. Watch Ornstein. She's coming around the side. But other than that, if the defense isn't playing well, you can only do so much as a goalie, and you see this in hockey a lot. You see this in soccer too, definitely. If you don't have a very solid defense, and the goalie just has trouble, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. She's made a couple of really good saves, and I bet it's incredibly frustrating because the defense just has no answer for GFA's
Especially that
offense.
tip off the stick.
Yeah,
must have been really frustrating.
Absolutely,
for sure.
yeah.
So we've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds of halftime left. And we'll see what changes KO makes when they flip sides. But for now, we will see you in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we'll be taking a break now, but stay tuned. An exciting conclusion. And we're back here as we await the face-off. Referee has put on the pinstripes. So there we go. Taking off the hoodie, guess he got a little bit too hot. It's a little bit warmer than the last girls' game.
Yeah, it's a little warmer.
Last time I needed to put on my jacket. I guess now I'm wearing a jacket. That could be it. I don't know. But what I do know is that the Dragons are up by 11, and it's 13-3. We've got 25 minutes on the clock here to start half number 2 as we await the face-off, and we'll see if GFA can pick up where they left off. That one is won by the Wyverns. That's a strong win, too. They put emphasis on that one as they go to work in the offensive zone. This one tipped off. This is the same way the first half started, was with a Wyvern face-off win.
And for Kingswood-Oxford's sake, hopefully it doesn't end the same way, too. They're down big. They want to be able to shore up their defense. They want to be able to find a way to clamp down on GFA's offensive production. And it starts with good movement off the ball, good communication, but also good time of possession in their offensive zone. Sometimes the best offense is the best defense, and we'll see what they can do here.
Flips it to a teammate here. Thought about taking a shot, but did not. I think wisely so. Flips it back to her teammate, and they reset now. Fires that one across and has this one taken away. This one's dropped now, but the Dragons able to get this one back. Nice move. They get around, but lost the ball in the process. Has this shot wide open. This one's no good. Man, that was a grade A chance right in front. Can't miss those.
No, you really can't. If you're
Especially
down
with
this
the
big.
scoreline.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be able to make those. You want to be able to capitalize on those opportunities, because for KO, they really haven't come around that often. And so definitely a missed opportunity there. We'll see how they regroup.
So this pass now in midfield. The Dragons now have an opportunity on the offensive zone. Their first of the second half. And was not expecting the pass there. And KO is able to scoop this one up. There's a tussle for the ball, and this one's up, and the Dragons gets able to take that one back. So nice work ethic, and it pays off big time. As now they go back to work, passing it around. There's the drive, looking for a shot, and they finish this one. So 14-2 now. And the clock not stopping. So looks like this second half will go a little bit quicker than the first half, since the clock isn't stopping, but I think the referee is doing that because of the score line.
Yeah, it might be so. Just given each team kind of reducing the, I don't know, opportunities to kind of widen the scoreline even more. And it's kind of a double-edged sword for Kingswood-Oxford, because they want to have enough time to claw back in this one, but also they don't want to give too much time to GFA to try to get goals, and so it's a bit of a trade-off there. A great goal by Kate Millard. She's a senior on the team, field hockey star as well. Dual threat on the Dragons courtyard, as we like to say. So she's definitely great to get her involved. Great to see some senior leadership too in their final year. Remember, last year they were not able to play because of the pandemic, because of lockdown. Spring sports were unavailable during the 2020 season. So this is the first time they've been playing since sophomore year for the seniors, and since in 2 years, first time in 2 years, they've really had the ability to play and the opportunity to play. So it's doubly impressive that GFA's starting out so well, because they haven't had a real game like this.
Yeah, they usually go to IMG Academy for their spring training over spring break, but they weren't able to do that this year. But they're playing great. They're great team effort from everybody. It's like they've been playing together for years. They lost a lot of players too. Lost a lot of seniors. As you see, Telesanti rumbling down the sideline. Takes it coast to coast. Let's see. Doesn't have anybody covering for her on defense, so she's able to hustle back.
Good play, man.
There's a pass in. Good shot hand.
Nice save.
What a save.
Fantastic
Oh my
save.
goodness.
Point
You can't
blank.
ask for anything more.
Woo, that was a fantastic save. Point blank, no reaction time, just a complete instinct save against a fantastic shot by Lydia San Jose. Wow. You can see how good of a goalie she is, and really the scoreline isn't reflective of her abilities as the goaltender. It's really just been a faltering on the offense well, not necessarily a faltering on the offense, more of a faltering on the defense, and lack of time of possession on the offense has contributed to this scoreline, rather than poor goaltending.
And the Dragons take this one here into the offensive zone. Passing it behind the goal now. Here's the drive. That's a shot just a little bit high. And the Dragons able to get to it first. Passing that one around now. There's a juke. Gets by a defender and wow.
Whoa.
Great save. But stoppage of play. Looks like a card is.
Some sort of slashing call, or
Looks like it was a quick whistle, so she gets carded for the Wyverns. Despite the card, it's a fantastic effort at net.
oh,
to stop
absolutely!
that ball.
Wow, I mean, another
Whoa.
reactionary point blank save and a diving save, real almost kind of covering the top half of the net with her stick and able to save it that way. And now she's got another test too with Orenstein. You know how dangerous she is on these penalty shots.
Just over the net. And the Dragons able to get this back? Yes, they are. Still knocking it around the offensive zone. Thought about taking a shot, does now, and ricochets off a few teammates, and they're able to get this one back. Here's a prime opportunity for the Dragons. Point blank shot, that's a goal. Oh, they score again, 15-3.
And that's just a great 1-2 effort by Millard, and I believe that was Almeida who scored?
Maybe.
I can't remember. I didn't really get a good look at it, but regardless, fantastic 1-2 effort by GFA. That 1-2 punch so dangerous on the offensive side of the ball, and they're able to get it done there. 15 goals scored so far, and widening their total to a 13-goal lead. That's tough.
13-goal lead in their race to 20. I mean, at this pace, maybe they'll get even more than 20. I mean, they've scored.
Make it upwards of 25.
They've scored
yeah.
what? 4 goals in the first 7 minutes. So
They could get up. They could definitely get above 20, possibly.
looks like they're
approach
going to get
25.
above 17, which is what they scored last game.
Yeah, I think they're
So-
they're going to get above that total.
That is if they just
They continue production.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like if they continue with their plan of last game of just continuing to score, they don't change that game plan, then we'll see. But anyways, we've got 17 minutes on the clock, and the Wyverns down 13.
Looks like the clock has stopped, so.
Well, it's a timeout. You sort of have to.
Right, yeah.
Change it. Is it? I think so, right?
Face-off won by Kingswood-Oxford. Passing it around, snapping a pass out wide. She's going to go into the center. She's got options, but tough defense by GFA.
That's what it's been all day, the tough defense. It's really been a big part of the storyline on why they're up so big. All the turnovers, you see a turnover there. The Dragons able to get it now in their offensive zone. Taking their time. Got the coach yelling out some strategies here as she walks around the perimeter. Again, just looking for a teammate to make that good run inside the middle of the field, and they do that really quick. There's a nice catch up high. Fires one inside. That's exactly what I was talking about. Couldn't make that one. And there is a slash called. So the Dragons will take this one right back.
It's really been a combination of turnovers, missed face-off wins, lack of time in possession, and penalties that have just contributed to GFA's ability to hold on to the ball more and have more time in possession. And then they're able to score goals that way just because they have the ball all the time. And that's really been a recipe for success for GFA. And it's been a problem that KO is
There's
unable
another
to
goal.
solve.
You know, when are the Wyverns going to just stop fouling number 5? I mean, Emma Orenston has just had so many foul opportunities, and she's able to put most of them away. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Just so efficient on those shots. You have to think, I mean, it's just not worth it.
yeah,
Try to make the save, because if you have a penalty shot, allow her to free lane to run in for a few seconds, she'll make you pay. And she's done that on more than one occasion. I mean, even when the goalie read it right that other time, it's tipped off the stick. It's just too fast.
it's too fast, and she really has the entire goal to work with. So, yeah, there's not much you can do if you're the Wyvern goalie, the KO goalie there. And so, yeah, that's like in basketball, when you have a player who's a fantastic free throw shooter, you don't want to foul them late in the game.
Oh, exactly. You want a foul shot.
Exactly. You want to foul.
Wow. Ooh, that's a speedy shot. Put that one on the radar gun. Wow. That's tough to see that one. That was on down low, too. You can't do much about that.
Yeah, that's
a nice way to
fantastic
respond.
shot.
But they got to do a few more of those if they're going to try to claw back into this one. So make this 3 goals now for the Wyverns, but they're down 16-3.
That was a fantastic shot, and that kind of came out of nowhere, didn't
Absolutely.
it?
That was a long way out, too. I thought that was ambitious, but I guess not too ambitious if you got that type of shot.
Absolutely, and it may be an opportunity for KO to try to increase their offensive production and increase their offensive capabilities by taking those long shots where they're not so highly contested by GFA's defense. I don't know. It could be a strategy that Kingswood-Oxford is going to try to employ throughout the end of this game. Now, will they be able to claw back from a 13-goal deficit so far? That's a different question. That's a lot tougher to answer, but definitely something to take into next week at the very least.
Point blank save by the goalie. But Greens Farm's able to get that rebound back up. 13 minutes, just under 14 minutes to play in your second half. The Dragons slowing this down a little bit on this possession. Finds a teammate, or almost. They're able to get it back though, and there's a penalty call. So, we will have a penalty shot coming up. There's the penalty shot. That's it. Another goal. So the Dragons strike again. They've hit their total from last game. It is 17-3.
And another goal by an 8th grader, Van Orden, scoring on that one off of the penalty shot. And GFA's just made their money off of those penalty shots.
Yeah.
I mean, you really, if you're
I think they've
Kingswood-Oxford,
scored on almost every single one of them. I think there's maybe two that were saved,
yeah,
or
but that's
one
a
that
lucky
went
save.
over. But
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes those chances led the goals after the inbound. So
yeah, so I mean, really, if you're KO, just at this point you may be like, whatever you do, don't foul, because GFA has just had those opportunities. You really don't want to give them any more opportunities than they need. They've been able to score pretty much anyway, but on those penalty shots, they've been almost 100% efficiency.
Dragons able to get this loose ball up now. Nice slash with a stick. Able to check that one away. Now running with the ball and dangerously as she now cradles it. Finds a teammate, or almost does, and that one's just off the stick, and this one's going to go to the Dragons. 12 minutes and counting in your second half, despite what big scoreboard says. It is not half one, it's half two. A nice run with it, finds a teammate as GFA goes back to work on offense. Finds a teammate in there, spins around, and what a save by the goalie. Wow. Oh, man.
Number 28, she's been
doing everything she can,
absolutely.
really.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Everything she can, all that's available to her, she's really stepping into her role and preventing this score from being a lot bigger than it is right now. Wow. Oh. Fantastic save. I think that went off the butt of the stick. Just the end of the stick. It looked like...
I know it rolled. I think it hit the stick and then went down into the chest pad.
Yeah, that's
overall, I mean, it's
save.
just like you can't ask for anything more. I mean, it's tough as a goalie to look at the scoreboard and see 17 goals against you, but I mean, when you make those saves, I really can't chalk this one. Maybe a few shots, you say are against the goalie, but I mean, most of it is just the defense just having too many holes.
Absolutely, and when you're a top caliber goalkeeper as she is, that's got to be frustrating, because you go to your coach and you're like, Coach, this isn't my fault. I've been doing everything I can here. So that's she's definitely played very well this game, and definitely a highlight for KO so far has been her goaltending, despite the scoreline.
There's a drive, and that shot almost going into the back of the net for goal number 18, but the Dragons able to get this one in on the rebound after the missed shot. So looking for a teammate, or is she going to take it herself? Dekes around. That's a shot. That was definitely ambitious. Had kind of a negative degree angle, but they're able to put that one in. That was a much better angle than the first shot. Put that one in for goal number 18.
And the ricochets have kind of killed Kingswood-Oxford, because goalie made a fantastic save there, and then GFA picks it up and then scores right back. And that's got to be incredibly frustrating, because you really can't recover from that. If you have the ricochet and GFA picks it up within seconds after that ricochet, there's not much you can do defensively to try to counter that.
So the Dragons up by 15 with just over 9 minutes to go in your second half. And yeah, they picked up right where they left off in the first half for sure. I mean, they haven't changed the game plan either. They've been firing on all cylinders for as long as they possibly can. And that's a knockdown, and the Wayburn's able to get it. Take some contact. Yeah, and a cross check called there. Waverns now with a nice opportunity. Just missed with that slash, but GFA is able to get the turnover. I think it's a good thing she didn't connect there. I think that would have been a penalty. As the Dragons now take this one, spins around, trying to find a teammate, and she still can't. Has to be careful. That's a fantastic turnover, but Orenston races to the rescue to pick up that one. Takes some contact, and that's a push. And this one on the ground, picked up by the Dragons. A fantastic play to pick that one up. This one goes through the legs, and it's going to go out of play. Passes it back, finds a wide open teammate, couldn't catch it, but able to get it back and slapped away, picked up by KO, though, as not able to get that pass either. Taken up in the defensive zone now. Spins around one. Trying to find a teammate. Now, here's Delasanti. Finds a teammate after rumbling down the sideline again. Fires behind the goal. Spins around. Has that one knocked away by the goalie. A great play by the netminder. And that's also a nice pass. Again, KO's having trouble catching the ball now late in the last few minutes. It's led to some GFA chances and some turnovers in their offensive zone as they fire behind the net. Able to catch that one. Brings it to a teammate. That was a one-timer that just missed. They're in the right position, though.
Yeah, they have the right opportunities. They have good movement off the ball. They just got to capitalize on these drives.
As that's a slash call.
So they seem like they've had a way to confuse GFA's defense. The good movement off of the ball and really fast-paced offenses is doing the trick, but it's not working right now. I think mainly because GFA's defenses, they've started to regroup and trying to counter what KO's been doing on offense. So we'll see if they have any adjustments going forward. But they have good looks so far.
That was another good look, but not able to connect. And the Dragons will take this one now. Looking for a way out. Directs traffic and finds a teammate still trying to wrestle for it, though, and Dragons able to pick it up. This one's knocked away and a turnover, but not able to scoop that one up. A costly mistake there by KO, and now the final 5 minutes as able to tightrope the sideline. I'm not sure if she stepped out of bounds. It was close.
That was
Depends
close.
on what they define out of bounds being. I know in football, if it touches the line, if it's lacrosse, maybe it touches the line. I know in soccer, that has to go fully over the line. And it's just not able to keep that one in her stick. That's a fantastic one-handed snag there. Fires it to a teammate. Nice spin. That was a really pretty goal.
What a
bright spot
play
of this half.
Wow. That was a great play by Kingswood-Oxford. Great passing, great movement. She found the open person in the center of the court, of the field, and she's able to make the shot right in the crease, and that's a goal. And
Pressing
that's
the B button around the defender too.
it was
definitely
really
puts the cherry on top. The spin and shoot. It's a pretty play.
absolutely, and that's a bright spot for Kingswood-Oxford during this game, especially on offense, where they haven't had the greatest offensive success. I guess you could call it that.
That was a different look on offense that they've had the entire game. It
Absolutely.
was taking your time. It was movement off the ball, communication, finding the right person at the right time rather than trying to rush. That's the game GFA was playing all game today, and it's been worked their advantage, and it works to KO's advantage on that drive.
Absolutely.
As that is a very, very hard hit there from behind. So GFA is going to take this one.
And it's great for KO that they've started to learn from GFA's tendencies. They've started to piece together what they need to do on offense, and that's something that they can take in through the rest of this game and into their next performance too. If they can play like that, if they have good communication, good passing, and good shooting like that on that play, they're in good business, and they can be a good offensive team and have good production if they're able to maintain that significantly, as GFA has done in their past few performances.
This ball's on the ground, and it is going to be scooped up by the Wyverns as they look to get out of their own defensive end. But Anna Forenston has anything to say about it, and she does. Nice slash away, and the Dragons will take this one. So the Dragons now back on offense. It's a nice defensive play. Not able to get that pass, but able to scoop it up on the second try. What a nice pass in, and that shot just wide of the net. I think it maybe would have been on target if it didn't bounce.
Yeah, I think if it was just a straight shot to the back of the net, that would have been a goal. GFA doesn't need to lament about missed opportunities in this game.
Oh no, we missed goal number 19. What are we gonna do? We might lose the game because of that.
Oh no. Such a tragedy.
And there is almost an interception, but they're able to take it up. Flings it to the middle in the slot. Oh my goodness. They replaced the lacrosse ball with a beach ball as that one flies up. If there was stands back there, that'd be a souvenir for a lucky fan.
Yeah, right now it's a souvenir for a lucky section of the net.
As the Dragons take this one up the sideline now. Flings it back. There's a nice run here by Ornstein. Can she add to her goal total? We'll see. There's 1 minute and 30 seconds, so they might not get the 20. But, I mean, I don't really think that they'll care. It's just something fun for the broadcast.
Absolutely. I don't think they really mind. A win's a win, and
they still scored more goals than last game, too. So
exactly.
That was almost an interception, and they're able to pick it up. A nice turnover. Fires it inside. Now that they're having trouble catching the ball in the final few minutes. As now the Wyverns take this one up. Taking it down. As that looks like a foul is called. I don't know, there's no advantage. I would have called an advantage. I know in soccer there's an advantage. Mm-hmm. So if you get fouled but you have a good offensive chance to score, that was a good chance to shoot the ball.
I'd call that an advantage. I don't know if in the rule books of lacrosse that's a thing that they do, but
save. What a great save. So, the final 30 seconds of this one with the Dragons leading by 14. And this one's going to go to the Wyverns. So, GFA is probably not going to have an opportunity to score another one, not that it matters. Wyverns probably won't have an opportunity to score another one either as we're approaching the final 10 seconds. So, unless they have a lightning round here, this could be it. Let's see. This one is not going to go. And that will end this one. The Dragons score more goals than they did against St. Luke's, and they give up less goals than they did against St. Luke's. They win this one 18-4. And again, a really solid showing by the GFA offense. So efficient, more efficient than last time, I think. And as for their defense, it was lights out. It was turnover galore. I mean, I think they gave up one penalty shot goal and one absolute rocket from seemed to be the red line. I mean, that was insane.
Fantastic shot. And then they gave up one kind of 1-2 punch goal where it was just great communication and great execution.
With the spin shot.
With the spin shot, exactly.
And the first goal was just the lapse, I think, in their shape. But I'd say 2 goals were given up by their defense. One of them was a penalty, and one of them was just unstoppable, regardless of your defense, because it just went through everybody. I mean, it's just tough to see that one. But look, Greens Farms picked up right where they left off, and they played a fantastic game today on both sides of the ball. As for the Wyverns, well, they weren't able to find their footing in either. I mean, they had some really great flashes on both sides of the ball, especially late. But that was when Greens Farms took out their starters. So that's another thing to think about. As for this one ends 18-4. A really great win for the Dragons as they win in 2 straight games in a row, and they win on 2 straight GSBN broadcasts in a row. We are so happy to share this one with you, and we are so happy that we're able to take the camera off the bleachers, and we didn't take you for a roller coaster ride this afternoon.
Absolutely. We don't want any sickness reported in our viewers, and no motion sickness should be caused by us. So we're happy that we're able to find a safe and stable solution for our camera, and we're happy that we're able to bring you the game the best we can. And GFA definitely had great improvement in this game, if that's even possible. They just played phenomenally last game, and even better this game, increasing their point total, and like you said, being more efficient on offense, and their defense played very well too. And like you said about Kingswood-Oxford, they had flashes, they had the potential, they had the ability, just they couldn't piece it together. They couldn't maintain it. And I don't know if that's more of a function of GFA's defense, their lack of time of possession, or just a faltering of KO's defense themselves. I think it might have been a combination of all three, and that's something they're going to work on and work with in their time off until their next game. But great game, great win for GFA, and look forward to the next one.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Charles Colin and Isaac Moskowitz, and from everyone at the GSBN crew, we say thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time, probably for a boys game. Signing off.